Welcome to A Women's Brew, where women talk about beer. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Today we're joining the Coven Brewsters to be exact. Today I am at Leeds Beer Fest and I get to talk to Pip from Coven Brewsters. I'm Joanne, sometimes there's Tori, and we're two beer-loving women on a mission to get more people drinking and talking about great beer. Come join us. Right, so here we are. We are at Leeds International Beer Festival, Leeds Beer Festival this year.
Just the beer, yeah.
For obvious reasons, but that's absolutely fine because it is amazing. If you manage to get along, because this is going to come out after it's already happened, I hope you had some amazing beers. But I'm here with the lovely Pip Young. Can you tell us who you are and what you do, please, in case people don't know?
Oh, right. So my name's Pip and I'm running the Coven. So I've been moaning about the beer industry and the lack of diversity, general sort of sexism and patriarchy. And I'm trying to be part of the solution.
Yes.
So literally putting my money where my mouth is. And the Coven, our aim is to platform, partner and promote women-owned and women-brewed beer. So owners, directors, board members and head brewers only.
Amazing.
And get some of this great beer that's already been brewed out and drunk.
Yes, yeah, because a lot of them are really small. Like we've been having a real conversation today about Mothership and how amazing they are. We spoke to Jane from Mothership.
First keg to be kicked.
That's amazing. I'm going to let her know that as well.
Oh my gosh, honestly, people were going around the festival
it's such good beer.
saying, I've been told to come and get the Mothership, the peachy one. Yeah, Seeds of Hope, buy it, love it, drink it. Yeah.
All of their beer is amazing. I've got I might have their newest one. It's a secret.
You might need to tell me about that.
I'll tell you about it off air. I'm not allowed
on the
to
down
say.
low.
Yeah, it's a secret, but I think it's going to be amazing. I think that's going to go down really well. And I've also had a look, and you've got a lot of side hustles. Are we calling them side hustles?
Side hustles. It is side hustles, yeah.
So we're all hustling, getting the hustling in there. And do you want to tell us a bit about those as well?
Yeah, so my main thing is I want to have my own brewery. I want to, not necessarily bricks and mortar, but just sort of getting some beer made and out there. It will be called 36, so 30 as in the numbers and then SIX.
Yep.
And it's going to focus on sustainability. So I would love to reintroduce heritage hops, heritage grains, get some foraging in there, making beer with weird and wonderful ingredients that possibly the public might see as weeds. So I have, over the summer, made lots and lots of dandelion syrup.
Oh, amazing.
So we can brew with that, because obviously syrup's a really good vehicle for getting flavour into beers. And so just sort of like pushing the envelope a little bit on what beer can be, but ironically taking it back to what beer was. So before we had all the purees and the syrups, we were out there foraging, we were creating bits and magic potions in our cauldrons, in the back of our farmhouses, and I kind of want to go back to that. So another thing I want to do as well is recapture grain. So a lot of the grains used for brewing is still really, really nutritious, but it's been kicked about. Malting and then actually brewing takes a lot of the gluten out. So I'm trying to find an avenue where we can take this waste product and turn it into something else that can then go and service the local community. So like nutritious, cheap flours. It would probably have to be a blend because, like I said, there is no gluten. So I've been managing to make really good bread bricks.
Nice,
but nothing edible so far. But it's a work in progress. And that kind of is where the Covens come from. You really can't have sustainability without diversity. If you speak to sort of farmers or ecologists, it really does start from biodiversity, enabling what's naturally there to flourish. And that's where the Coven is. We can't have a diverse beer industry or we can't have a sustainable beer industry until we have this diversity of thought, of opinion, of sort of culture and all of that sort of things. So that's kind of how it links. So it seems a bit disjointed, but it's kind of one vision, but with many offshoots, just so I don't get bored.
I see. Well, right. I mean, God, I do way too many different things. Someone said to me the other day, they're like, "Do you never just sit still and not do anything?" And I was no,
not at all.
For that.
Not at all.
I've got things. I've got podcasts. I've got beer school. I've got actual work that pays the bills.
Yeah, that's it. I've got a day job. I've got the kids. I do a lot of painting.
Amazing.
And then I'm just like, right, this project. It's a bit of a juggle, but I'd rather be busy. Definitely, that's where I thrive. Yeah.
I mean, we had this conversation as well. We were just chatting about when myself and my husband went up to Smash the Patriarchy in Nottingham at Liquid Light. It was a really good discussion, but it was like everyone in the room was already at that point.
Right.
And so part of the discussion was also, how do we do this with other people?
Yes, who aren't interested.
Yes, we need women. Yes, we need our queer people and our allies and all of that. We need
people
those
of colour,
and people of colour. We need all of them in the conversation and in the industry and in the community, because otherwise we're just talking to ourselves.
Exactly.
But that room was full of people who already think that. So it's getting that back out there. So I love that the Coven is putting that out there. And putting it in people's faces.
So many people this weekend. So yesterday was Thursday. That was our first session, and this morning, they've really been chatting about. Oh my gosh! I didn't realise this brewery was actually woman owned. Oh, I didn't realise they've got a head brewer, and it's like it's already there.
Yeah.
Women are already in the industry. They're already in production. They're already, but behind the scenes, it's making their presence felt. So that is really what the Coven is. It's I'm standing on the shoulders of the women who came before me, who were educating the masses, who were creating social groups and education groups, and it's using that already amazing work and then springboarding off that and showing who is now or who has been brewing the beer, who has already doing it, and then hopefully getting a bigger audience for them. Yeah,
that's amazing. Because it's difficult, and we say this fairly often, because you don't want to necessarily go, hi, this, we've got women working for us, hi, we've got LGBT.
It feels quite token.
Right, it does. Cause
I get quite mad in March.
Yes.
It's like, hey, look at all of the women of insert brewery here, trotting out, and it feels tokenistic. Yeah. It feels a little bit. It makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's why I'm kind of focusing more on women owned and then women brewed. So it has to be a head brewer and it has to be an owner. So decision makers, people who are actually, the risk takers, the recipe makers. Yeah. I want to highlight those and not just Karen from finance.
Right, because I was going to say, what is your criteria?
That's a Drag Race reference.
Yes. We're so aligned. I love this. Like, listeners, if you're not into Drag Race, you're too far gone.
We can't help you. We can't help you
all the time. I'm really behind now because we've been out today. I'm behind on All Stars.
Don't tell me
I've not watched it. It's fine.
I haven't watched the episode either.
That's okay. We're behind. So
no one tell
spoilers,
us. No one tell us.
But that was going to be one of my questions. Was what is the criteria for who you've picked today?
Yeah.
And do you want to tell us a little bit about the people that you've picked and who are on the bar today?
So I'm going to hope I remember everybody under pressure, so excuse me if I forget anybody. So we've got Duration.
Love Duration.
So we've got Miranda and Bates from Norfolk.
Yes.
Yep, and they are really, I think it's the sustainability more than the women owned actually that makes me really interested in them. They're about beer from the land and about sort of the heritage of like the ingredients, and I absolutely, that is really up my street. I'm absolutely really into that. So that was a must. We've got Burnt Meal, so that's head brewer Sophie. I know.
We all love Sophie.
Of course, we need to have Sophie. I've got Double Barreled.
Yep, with Lucy.
Yeah. and she's here as well.
wave
So
to Lucy.
she's come up to see us, which is fantastic. And she was super supportive. As soon as I said this is what I want to do, she was like, yep, get me involved. We've had some really great chats. We're on the same page. So hopefully we can raise their profile, because they really need it.
Yeah, they make really good beer.
They are fantastic, but I think it is this kind of trendy club that separates the good beer from the trendy beer.
And I think I know about
making that gap is difficult,
because they're in the Reading scene, and because Tori's not with us today, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, Tori, we miss you.
We do miss you, and I'm drinking lots of beer for you. But so we know about them obviously because it's Tori's area, that's her local area. So I know all about these people, and then I go, oh wait, you don't know about these amazing people? Oh, like you should, because they are amazing.
They are literally amazing. So it's just elevating profiles. It's just making sure that the good beer isn't being overlooked because it's not seen, they haven't
it's
got...
not accessible.
And sometimes the reps are all in the same sort of team and a bit boys club. And I understand that. When you're networking, it is easier to do it amongst your peers, which is why, again, I want to make Coven. So we have a group where we, as women, can network in a safe environment without that sort of like, hi, do you want to go for a drink and this isn't a date?
Right.
That can be a little bit difficult for beer reps, just because of, it's just the way society is. We're not used to having, mixed genders, platonic relationships and being okay with that. It's always a little bit like, what's going on between you two? Exactly, especially with alcohol involved. That is just the way it is. So it's, so that's another aspect of the Coven that I really want to do, is like that safe networking. What else have I got about? Little Pomona. So actually a cidery. So not beer, so we've gone off beer, but they were the first people to keg condition their cider.
Oh wow!
So they're a little bit amazing. Actually.
I have heard good things about.
And I've got a table cider on at the moment of theirs, 7%. So it's think table wine, not table beer.
I was going to say, I was like,
everyone's got 7%. Oh my god, I need to sit down.
Table.
No, think table wine. So you would have it with a meal. Or just not.
Or just
pint of it.
Because it's good.
But they're going really, really well. They're absolutely flying out. Again, Susanna's lovely. She's been really, really supportive of what I wanted to do. I'm trying to think now, top of my head, who else have I got on?
So we've said Mothership already. We've lauded them because we love them.
We do. Very easy to laud.
Who else do we have?
Just trying to think who's coming.
There was someone else. There was somebody that I wanted. Was it Bristol Beer Festival?
Yes. So my friend lives in Bristol.
Know. They were.
Again, another husband and wife or partner team, and the brewery was started by him, and then when she got involved, she sort of elevated their profile. So she's been in marketing, and she was really right, I'm going to take your brand and I'm going to run with it. So they've kind of really shot up since then. Like their notoriety has really shot up. But they're in the Bristol, I guess it's like a sort of mini Bristol beer area.
So Bristol has a beer area. Reading's got a beer area. Like
and you can all walk between their between the breweries, and they've all got tap rooms open. So that's where they are. My friend lives in Bristol, so we were going for a walk, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I've never heard of you. This is great beer. Did a little bit of research, rang them up. They were absolutely. She was like, yes. This is brilliant. I think hopefully next year, if it all goes planning, no more pandemics, please. I'm going to have a little bit of a Bristol area. Amazing. Because there's 3 big Bristol brewers, all female owned.
Oh wow.
There's Lost and Grounded, New Bristol Brewery, and Arbor Ales.
Oh, I didn't know they were women owned as well.
Women owned as well. So we're going to have, hopefully, again, fingers crossed, it all going to have a little Bristol area. Because they're really going for it.
And this is the thing, isn't it? Like, you know that there's good beer, and then you suddenly go, oh yeah, that's owned by a woman. Oh yeah, that's brewed by a woman. And
I'm here to make that connection.
Yes, that's exactly what we need. Because you just don't know.
And it's already happening. They've already been there. They've been doing it for a few years. So it's just joining the dots.
Yes.
And that's what I'm here for. Just joining the dots.
I love
and
that.
slinging beers.
That's amazing. So I'm pagan. So the whole Coven speaks volumes to me.
I like how you've got your
I've got your
pentagram on today.
Pentagram on. That's my everyday pentagram.
And then she's got fancy ones.
And I've got fancy ones for ritual and all of that jazz. I'm in Kent, so I've got the hops and everything right there. In fact, as we were driving up, we are very close to green hop season.
Yes, of course.
So it's absolutely one of my favourite things.
I still think it's August. My brain is in the summer.
We're in September. They were saying that they thought they were going to start harvest on the 1st of September. They haven't yet.
Right.
Because as we drive up to the...
Because you're away and they're waiting for you.
Absolutely, of course they are. They're waiting for me. As we drive up to the A2, there is a whole hop field just outside of Faversham, and we were driving past, and I'm like, they haven't done it yet.
The vines are still up.
Still there. I mean, they could be a late addition because we have various editions of when they grow them and which ones mature.
Oh my God, you
at the
know
right
so much
age.
about hop farming.
I'm in Kent. Like, we've got the oast houses and everything. And Green Hop Festival is my favourite time.
I've never been.
You have to come down to Kent.
We'll come down.
So,
let me know,
it
and I'll come visit
on the
you.
24th of September.
That's my birthday.
Friday the 24th of September, the Green Hop Beer Tent happens. Didn't happen last year, obviously, but it is happening. I've confirmed it's happening this year at the Canterbury Food and Drink Festival. There is a tent, and it is just all the local breweries bring their green hop beers, and it is amazing. It's one of my favourite things because they literally take the hops and take them to the brewery and stick them in. Like, some of them get them in within 7 hours of harvesting them. They literally take, like, they're on the phone to the brewers right now on the phone going, are they ready yet? Are they ready yet? Still no? They're ready now? Okay. And they go and they just get them.
Amazing.
Because green hops, you have to get them in within 48 hours.
They go very cheesy very quickly.
Right, 24 at the, like, preferably, but even earlier if you can. And then, so I sit and wait on social media and see all of our local breweries, like, then putting out videos of them just jamming. Because you have to use 5 times the amount of hops for green hop to get the same amount. So they're just, like, there with their mash paddles jamming hops into the kettle.
We can get more. We can get
more in. There's
quick,
another
bring
bag.
another bushel. We can get more.
So it's amazing. So, like, all local hops and using the land and everything is totally my bag. Back to my original question before we got distracted.
I know, we can go off on green hops.
And we do this all the time on this podcast, we just go off on tangents. But where did the Coven aesthetic come from?
So, harking back to medieval Britain, it was the women.
It was
seen as women's work. Baking bread,
kitchen work
at the back of the house, and I want it back.
Right,
and reclaiming it.
I want it back too.
We want it back. We're coming.
We're taking it back.
We're coming for your beer. Did you hear that? So in the 16th century, when hops were first being really sort of like added to ale, and it was becoming more beer, the hops acted as a preservative. So not only were you using it as a bittering agent, but they weren't really into that. It was more the preservative. And then because you can send it further, it becomes more of a commodifiable item. You are literally able to then make industry from it. And then that is not women's work.
That's when it gets taken away from the women.
So it's the Hayes boys, again, ruining things for everyone else. We're looking at you.
Waving the finger at you.
That's it. So we want our beer back.
Yeah, we do.
And it does, again, speak to me about using flavours from your garden, flavours from your local community, becoming, looking around you, as Duration would say, beer of the land. You know, that really speaks to me. And then creating an area for women. Of course it's going to be the Coven. Cackling witches around our cauldron.
I was literally doing that the other weekend. I was stirring a cauldron.
Amazing.
We're doing a dark saison.
Yay!
And it's currently in the living room. On Monday, I'm going to add. I haven't decided how much yet. I need to see how much I've got in the freezer. But I've got Kent cherries in the freezer. They're going to come out and be pureed, chucked into this dark saison.
Wow.
It's going to be my Christmas beer. I'll send you one.
Oh, would you? Thank you. I can't. My tradition. Thank you so much. My tradition is to have a cherry beer on Christmas.
Oh my God, so is mine. I love cherry beer at Christmas. Like,
honestly, I have to have it. It's tradition.
Yeah, I had the Leafman's glucose.
Mmm.
Yeah, it was so good last year. I warmed it up and I was like, nah, I'll just have it. Just have it straight.
I like it warm. I like it warm, yeah.
It's alright. I was like, if I'm outside in the cold, I can imagine that this would be really great. Like if you were at like a German market and you've got this
watching the fireworks, maybe.
Oh, it'd be amazing. It'd be so good. But in my house on Christmas Day, I was just like, give me that 750 ml.
I'm not waiting. I can't wait.
I can't wait
until I can't wait for it to warm up. I'll take it cold.
I'm just drinking it. But yeah, that's what inspired me to do this. I've had a dark saison recipe kind of lingering around in my notebook for a little while.
That's amazing.
And then I was like, do you know what? Well, originally I was gonna brew a New England IPA with some Pink Boots hops that I've got as well.
Cute.
Didn't have the right yeast. I was like, I don't need to order any ingredients for this. Oh, I needed to order yeast. I've got the ingredients for the dark saison and I've got the cherries in the freezer.
We'll do that instead.
Just pivoting, that's fine.
That's a lot of brewing.
We'll make the Nipper another.
Well, that's it. That's a lot of brewing, isn't it? When you sort of open the cupboards and you go, I am making today.
Yeah, I was like, what else have I got in my box? Yes, I've got all the bits for that. Perfect. Yeah. And it was tasting good when it came out of the kettle. So, it had that lovely, it got like a little hint of chocolate to it. A little bit, there's chucked a bit of rye in for a little bit of spiciness.
Oh, cute. It is Christmas.
Bell saison yeast for a bit of pepperiness. Cherries.
Fantastic. That sounds really good.
I'll send you
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll send you one. So, we are at Leeds Beer Festival.
We are, hence all the comings and goings.
How did you end up bringing the Coven here?
So Leeds is my local.
Okay.
I'm based in Bradford now, but I lived in Leeds and surrounding areas, like in the city and the surrounding areas, for about 17 years, maybe about 16 years, and it just felt natural. Yeah. I know the owners, I know the organisers really well. Loads of women on the organisers. Been working with Maria. Hi Maria.
Hi Maria.
Been working with her. She's super supportive of what we're doing. Leeds, as soon as I said it, the organisers were like, yes, we're doing this.
That's
you need anything. They helped me out getting a bar because I was let down last minute, and they just like, we've got one in the cellars. Well, so down here they're like, we've got one. We'll find you one. Everyone rallied round me.
That's what you need.
Super welcoming and really, they didn't want to make a big fuss of it. So I've got some stuff in the programme. And I've got a really nice pitch, but they didn't want to make it gimmicky.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this earlier about the fine balance between sort of promotion and platforming and not actually making it crass and making it token, and then you're just doing it as some sort of cheap marketing. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm here to educate, I'm here to explain, but we're also doing it a little bit on the down low because. We don't need to make it gimmicky.
Think of what I'm going to do. I'll do a little video of the bar, and I'll add that in here so you can see what we see and how beautiful it is. But it is it's there, and if people don't really know, people can walk up and just be like, "That's really good beer. I'll buy that."
Yeah, and that's great.
Without it being like, it's it's women's beer.
Yeah,
right.
It's all right for a bird, isn't it?
Right. And you were telling me there was one comment yesterday evening, just because there's got to be, hasn't there?
Unfortunately there was, last thing on an evening, so unfortunately my sense of humour was failing. I was a little bit curt, but he was drinking Mothership all night, absolutely loving it. Amazing. Like I said, it was going around the festival and people were just coming up saying, I've been told to buy this. It's like, it was popping off, it was lovely.
Yeah.
But he was very surprised, and it was the tone. It was this has been made by a woman? And I just went, sharp intake of breath, count to 5, try not to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been drinking quite a lot. And he just didn't get it. He just didn't get why that was offensive.
I don't understand what difference it makes. Who makes the beer?
And what am I supposed to say to that?
And what are you supposed to say to that?
What am I supposed to say to that?
It's made by a woman. What?
And what?
Yeah. What do you say about that?
What, we've got different hands, we've got different eyes, we've got different ways of doing things. No beer's beer.
We all taste beer. And I had this a while back. I said I didn't like a very hyped beer, and people got very upset because how dare I not like this very hyped beer?
That's because women taste bitter better than men, and actually we have a more delicate palate, so perhaps we're tasting something you can't.
Exactly, and everybody tastes differently.
It's all subjective.
And I got this.
There's enough flavours to go around.
Right.
And the thing is, if I'm not drinking it, that means there's more for you. Like, I don't. That's cool. You can buy my lot of it next year.
And I think it is again circling back to that kind of trendy circles. It's like, oh well, you have to think like us.
Yes.
We think this is hype. So, and if you don't, therefore you're either you don't get it or you're questioning us because we've decided this is hype. And it's like, no. And that's my platform. Drink what you like. If that means you're going to sit there and drink, pints of twiggy beer, whatever, enjoying those onion flavours.
Right, if you want to sit and drink the onion and garlic over hopped, if you want to drink...
I think we're talking about the same brewery here, yeah.
If you want to drink fruit beers, and that's what you like, drink what you want to drink. If you know what, don't tell me about it and don't put it on Instagram because people get upset. But if you want to drink a macro lager... My husband's hiding over in the corner.
I like macro lager too.
Right? There is San Miguel in our fridge. Like, if that's what you want to drink...
If it's a sunny day...
Drink it. Because it's about enjoyment.
I like a Radler Shandy.
Right? Like, drink what you want, drink what you like. And don't think that you can't be part of the beer community because someone says, well, you must like this.
Yeah.
No. Because I have shut people down very quickly when they're like, oh, you say you like European beer, well then you must like Cantillon. And I've been like, why must they like Cantillon? Why must they like anybody?
Why must they do anything?
No one must do anything. And I always say, if it's there, if you can taste it, it is there, and you are the expert on what you taste. Because everybody's taste buds are different. Like, we don't all sit there eating, we're all going to eat the same Sunday dinner. Like, we all like different things. That goes for beer as well.
Absolutely. And a lot of what you're tasting is through smell.
Yeah.
And again, so if you've got two different senses, and obviously everybody's made different, and everybody has different reference points, like, I don't get where this sort of like, oh, we all have one thought process. We all have one way of doing things.
This is the best. Everyone must like this one. No, you don't
diversity.
Have to.
We have to have diversity because we're all so different.
And if we all like the same thing, we wouldn't get a beer festival with all of these amazing beers in.
We'd all just be going around with hot burn.
Right,
that's all that we would have.
I also got told that because I wasn't a BJCP judge, I wasn't allowed to say that I didn't like it.
Oh. That's interesting. That's an interesting way of doing it.
It's like, are you an accredited judge? Then you can't say that you don't like it.
Yeah, take your unqualified mouth away.
Right. And this is how we are stopping women and other people from being part of this community.
Yes.
Because it's like if you haven't, and BJCP is lovely and it's great for education, but hi Jen Blair, she's been trying to get more women into judging positions because there are roadblocks in the way, and it's like some of the roadblocks are ridiculous. Like the exams are set up in various places. You can set up your own exam, but usually it's for a homebrewing group, and then admittance to that exam is done by the administrator of that exam. They might say it's just for our homebrewing group, you're not allowed to join. So if you're not in the right group,
and it goes back to where we're talking about with socialising. It might not.
If you're not in the right group,
some women might not feel comfortable to go and be the only woman in a group, or introduce themselves and like, hi, I like beer too.
It's exclusionary.
It is very, very exclusionary.
And then on that, you're going to tell me that I can't tell you I don't like a beer because I haven't taken an exam as a judge that excludes me anyway.
Exactly.
No, it's not happening. If I can say I don't like something, that's allowed. Anyone is allowed to say they don't like anything.
Exactly.
And you're allowed to say that you love it. That's the diversity of life. Don't use that against me.
Thank goodness, otherwise we'd all be dating the same person.
Right, we'd all be the same person, we'd all be eating the same thing, and life would be really boring.
Yeah, totally.
And we wouldn't be making these amazing beers or promoting these amazing beers.
Or having a great festival. We wouldn't be
here. So there you go. Don't let people do that. So what's your response to your section been so far?
Really positive.
Yeah.
Everybody, like we said earlier, people were really surprised that the breweries they actually knew of and were fans of were women owned or had a women head brewer. So it's just sort of making the connections between you like this, you've heard of this. Well, actually, guess what the history, guess what the makeup of this company is.
Yeah.
And super positive. No bad comments apart from the one who was just surprised that women make beer.
And you're gonna,
and then,
like, if you get away with an entire weekend without doing that.
Oh,
like,
yes. No, yeah. That would be amazing. But, just everybody loves it. Everyone's really digging what I'm doing, and thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I hoped it would work. I hope people knew I am here because I really believe in it, and it's not just gimmicky. And it seems to have worked. It seems to have worked. Yeah.
And how did you recruit the people that are on your bar?
Lots of taste testings.
Yes, nice. That's the best way.
Lots of hanging out in bottle shops with my
taking notes.
Company's house open, going, oh, I like this beer. Let's have a see. Yes. And word of mouth. The community we have of women within the industry anyway. We do chat, so it's kind of, you get to see some of the breweries that may have been interviewed, or maybe they've been brought to another festival or something like that. So it's been quite easy. They're all great breweries.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
It's been great. I get to drink it all.
That's good as well that it's so easy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Because that just means that we're getting somewhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so this is the big question. What can beer consumers do to further the causes we are talking about today? What's our advice to give them?
What's our advice? I think it's just to be open-minded.
Yeah.
And I think the other main thing is to be true to your taste palette.
Yes.
So not get caught up in what others are telling you is hype.
Yeah.
Why are they saying it's hype? Is it because it's their mates?
Yeah.
Is it because they've got business interests?
Yeah.
Is it because everybody's Instagramming it? Is it because that's what the cool kids at the bar are drinking? I think that's the main thing. Obviously, I want people to drink women's beer. I want them to drink good beer first. I want them to drink beer they like second, and then third, if they can take an aspect of sustainability, green, diversity, and add that onto it. That's brilliant. But the main thing is drink what you like.
Yes. Great. What's next? Coven Brewsters.
Ooh, collabs.
Yes.
So we're doing a brew along. Yep. Sorry, not the brew along, the glow along.
Oh yes, with Glow.
We're doing that with Glow.
Yep.
That's going to be entered into a IBU competition in the States.
Oh wow!
So it's going to be entered into Alpha King.
Yeah.
And we've called it Alpha Queen.
Yes.
So that's in tank.
Yep.
But because I had a bit of a big week, I was going to announce it afterwards. So exclusive. And we didn't even practice that. And then more partnering.
Yeah.
So hopefully the people I've brought along, getting them to pair up. I work at Salt Brew Factory, so I'm their brewery manager. So maybe us pairing up, giving them kind of the platform that we enjoy.
Yeah.
And competitions, getting the name out there really. And then next year, because I'm exhausted, this was difficult.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's been a really big learning curve. Probably start again next festival season, and hopefully get the Coven out there a bit more, so we can get more breweries, more connections, more people going, oh, this is my favourite brewery and I didn't even realise it was women owned.
Yes,
amazing.
That's what you want to hear.
That's what I want to hear. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I will promote you because I got a t-shirt now.
I've
got an awful lot of tie-dye t-shirts now. That is fine.
Sorry, my phone keeps going off.
No, it's fine. Amazing. I'm going to promote you guys.
Thank you so much.
Your links in the show notes so everyone can come find you.
Fantastic.
You're on my list of people to just keep talking about now. Like I have a list of people that I'm just like, and this person, and this person, and try this person, and try that. So you're on that list. I mean, you're already on that list. You're even higher up on that list now.
I feel special.
Good. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you for coming all this way.
Oh, I'm so glad.
They left at 6 in the morning this morning to come see me.
It's all right. I've got some.
I feel so special.
I've got a barrel left.
I'm keeping her hydrated. I'm keeping them both hydrated.
Yeah, it's fine. It's great. It's been amazing. I'm so glad that we did it.
I'm so glad to meet you in person.
And we've met other people. I'm going to do a little round, and we're going. I'm on my third beer and I've not drunk anything that isn't brewed by a woman yet. So, yes!
There's so many of us
There's
here,
so
not
many.
just even brought by me.
Yeah.
There's so
No,
many
there's
anyway.
I'm going to go and show you a little video of some of the other people, and I'll video the bar for you so you can see it, because it's amazing. Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you for
It's
your
been
time.
great,
Thank
of
you so
course.
much.
We had to have you on a Women's Brew podcast. This is what we are all about. And
Yep.
we've
Well, it had to be you that I spoke
yes,
to.
it did.
You're the first person I've chatted to about the Coven, and it had to be you guys.
Exclusive.
Had to be you guys. Exclusive.
Yes. Check them out. Go wherever they are, because they will have amazing beer.
Please come say hi.
Come and say hi. And that's it.
Thanks. Bye.
Right, wave. We are at the Coven, and this is the bar, and it's super. Look, the best drip tray ever. Super excited, and here's the tap list. Tap list has got Duration, Mothership, New Bristol Brewery, Little Pomona Cider, Burnt Mill, Double Barreled, and Lucy is in fact right behind me right now. The Coven is amazing. This is also my favourite t-shirt ever. My husband has just looked at it and said that it's a bit of me. So it says, she's delicate, not like flowers, like canned with unfermented sugars. The best t-shirt ever. So we are at Nomadic, where they talking about women owned and women brewed. Come with me. Come and go. And over here, they're very busy. This is their brown ale, which is a collaboration with Elusive. I've also had their collaboration with Heist, which was brewed with our lovely friend Rachel. Beautiful, beautiful beers from Nomadic. Help them out. They've got a crowdfunder right now to replace their van that has died. I'm going to put that in the show notes. Make sure you help them out because they make amazing beer. So also on our list of women owned and women brewed, we have Neptune. They had a barrel aged version of On the Bounteon, and it was absolutely beautiful.
So there you have it. So pleased that I got to come up to Leeds Beer Fest and talk to Pip. Her mission really aligns with my values and with the values that we have for a Women's Brew podcast. Literally today, I've only drunk so far women owned and women brewed beer. As we've said in the interview, we don't want to tokenise women, but we want them to be in the forefront, along with people of colour, our queer friends. Everyone has a place at the table in beer. So I'm going to put in the show notes, look up Coven Brewsters, see everything that they're doing, because I think it's going to be amazing, and it's definitely going to put women at the forefront, which is exactly what we want. If you want to talk to me, I am a Woman's Brew on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I generally hang out on Instagram. And you can find my beer school, Love Beer Learning. Come and learn about beer with me. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok and Pinterest. We also have a website, which is lovebeerlearning.co.uk. And you can email us here at the podcast at lovebeerlearning@gmail.com. So on that note, cheers.